new kid reality show. And we take 12 young kids, ages between 10 and 16, and mentor them along this process. And we document them along the way. We have anywhere between 6 and 8 cameras a day to document the kids with on this great journey that they have. And hopefully at the end of the show,
for St. John's Television,
learned
the
enough,
New Tech TriCaster has allowed us to produce
show not about elimination,
television
a contest
at an incredibly affordable cost, and allowed us to broker a deal with ESPN that we would have never been able to do before without the TriCaster.
On an annual basis, we do about 100 productions, ranging from all types of sports, soccer, men's and women's, fencing, volleyball, baseball, softball, men's and women's basketball.
So that's a lot of footage.
Pouring it on here with another run.
The STJ-TV partnership with ESPN3 has taken each one of our broadcasts, whether it's a men's basketball game early in the season, a women's basketball game, a women's soccer or softball game, and it's made it into a legitimate national broadcast. It's unprecedented exposure for sports like that.
To produce the content the way ESPN wanted, we were very confident that the TriCaster could do exactly what we wanted it to do. We had test games, and we used the TriCaster, we used the 3-play, and our production was fantastic. When they came in, they said it was probably the best production they've seen from a school, and we did it with the TriCaster, with the 3-play, and ESPN was very happy with what we were able to put out.
One of the New Tech and TriCaster has been with us on every step of this journey, where we've now seen the evolution from what was very simple productions to very complex HD, worthy of network broadcast productions.
This is genuine sports television broadcasts that are produced with such high quality that I would put it up against any regional television broadcast that's out there.
St. John's in total control no matter who's been on the floor.
We feel that STJ-TV benefits the university in 3 major ways. The first one is in terms of exposure. All those games, just the quantity of games that are now on and available to a national audience is truly unprecedented in terms of exposure. The revenue piece, the increased revenue, where we're actually getting more revenue value out of these broadcasts and out of these sports than we've ever been able to before.
I feel absolutely amazing when I'm on stage.
From ESPN,
singing is an expression of who I am.
I want to sing my heart out.
A big part of being a teenager is being able to let your feelings out somehow.
Different alumni
my dream would be to make music that lives
forever. Being
this is what
and are
I live
inspired
for.
then to make contributions to show that they appreciate how committed we are to developing this platform. And then from an educational standpoint, our STJ-TV really benefits the entire university. It takes our undergraduate student population and some graduate students, and it puts them in a position to learn side by side with New York City broadcast professionals.
In 5, 4, stand by theme music. 3, 2, 1, hit your music, go, Ralph.
Having TriCaster and being able to maximize what you can produce for the amount of money that you're going to invest is really what makes the whole thing go.
That's what enables us to get our productions on ESPN3. That's what enables us to give professional grade productions and what you're able to watch at your house.
Coming from a traditional television background, I think it could not have been done without the TriCaster. It's an incredible piece of equipment that has really helped a network really blossom out of nothing.
The New Tech TriCaster is a valuable asset to any school, any level, Division I, II, or III, from Alabama way down to the smallest Division III school. If you want to produce video, start with the TriCaster and get in the video game. It's simple, it's cost effective, and the benefits are tremendous.
And without the TriCaster, we can't bring you a show for Miss Teen USA. There is no television coverage. This does a couple things which
really
I
easy
think
for
are
me
great
to pick up.
digital
Have
world.
someone who
we
has
get
no
complete
prior
live
replay
we get to decide which way
and
the show
really easy
goes
to run with, get better every single time. Every time I work with the same
New
producer,
Tech
they
and
tell me
TriCaster are a major part of that.
Immensely.
We can switch the show. We can do it in a small venue for a great cost.
It's fun. It's fun to work with. It allows me to be creative as well. And at the end of the day, I feel really great about myself that I was able to contribute to a successful production.
TriCaster has allowed us to do what 5 years ago people thought was impossible. I think the saying goes that inexperience provides the young to do what the old thought impossible. And I think that's what TriCaster does. If you have an idea for a show and you want to do it, you can. There are no longer walls, barriers, or limitations. If you want to take a show to the world, TriCaster can help you do it.
Este programa previo ya lo habíamos hecho el año pasado. Sin embargo, lo habíamos hecho con otro medio de comunicación digital y este año quisimos hacerlo por primera vez totalmente solo. Y como yo previamente había tenido algunas experiencias con TriCaster, me parecía que era la herramienta más útil.
Wow, la cantidad de herramientas, la cantidad de posibilidades que da esta máquina, y qué impresionante la rapidez que uno puede resolver y el alcance que está a la mano, que en medidas extremas puede funcionar con una pura persona.
En principio nosotros estábamos pensando en trabajar con un TriCaster mucho más básico, pero luego apareció esta oportunidad de trabajar con el 8000 y nos cambió totalmente la perspectiva de lo que podíamos hacer, porque son cosas que jamás nos
Basically, we're kind of like a la carte group for anything.
Como una máquina maravillosa, la cantidad de cosas que puedes hacer prácticamente ilimitada. Yo puedo agigantar mi estudio, pudiendo grabar en un rinconcito. Yo puedo prácticamente hacer un estudio enorme o en un espacio abierto donde realmente me ahorro recursos económicos, me ahorro recursos de luz.
La idea era hacerlo directamente dentro de la Quinta Vergara para ir captando todas las sensaciones de la gente.
Está por comenzar el Festival de Viña. ¿Se escucha el festival?
Al principio supe que era muy pequeño el espacio y TriCaster nos permitió crear un estudio
turnaround here on
adecuado para nuestra
very quick.
La integración de la lectura de los tweets o la pantalla dentro de este set, todas esas cosas no lo hubiéramos podido hacer en un escenario clásico.
Los productores pueden encontrar soluciones mucho más económicas, más rápidas, efectivas, si se abren a una nueva forma visual de ver la televisión. Lo que más me llamó la atención de TriCaster, te entrega todas las facilidades de un estudio a nivel profesional. Es un estudio de nivel profesional. La facilidad y la forma de utilizarlo, inigualable. Gracias a TriCaster logramos entregar un producto de calidad, un producto elegante, un producto profesional.
Te abre un mundo de posibilidades, o sea, te permite trabajar a un nivel similar a lo que puedes hacer en televisión, sabiendo más destacable, con una parte súper pequeña de los presupuestos que se manejan para hacer televisión por cable.
La previa oficial de Viña 2013 la hacemos.
The artists here at Nickelodeon, in my department, they all have to be generalists.
We model, we rig, we animate, we composite.
You're watching Way 31 First News at 5 in high definition.
Lightweight in Excel because it gives you a little bit of everything, and nothing is so complicated that you need a specialist or a programmer. Nothing is so basic that you can't get your job done.
The freedom to be able to do all that quickly.
We've been using the TriCaster for right at a year right now. And we really hit the ground running right off the bat. Originally there was an older Grass Valley 250 switcher, traditional composite video 4x3 switcher that had been in place for, I'm guessing, around 20 years. And the general manager of the station had approached me and said we need to start coming up with a way that we can look forward to moving HD for relatively, small amount of money. And that's really where I sort of became immersed with what the TriCaster was capable of doing, and because I knew right off the bat it was going to answer several of the key questions or holes that we needed to fill.
I was thrilled that we were going to be able to broadcast HD. Knowing some things about what the TriCaster would offer was really exciting.
In addition to essentially getting a low-cost switcher, what we were able to do is get an HD still store and playback, which we previously didn't have. Nor was that something that we really were going to have with any of the other competitive products that we looked at when we were trying to choose what we were going to go with the TriCaster.
Going from the old system where I have to rely on a tape operator to cue my open to the TriCaster with autoplay on, and I hit the take button and it goes just like I want it to every single time, is terrific.
Tennessee Valley, this is your first news. The Fox 54 9 o'clock news. Fair, balanced, local.
Virtual sets was a huge selling point for us because we produce another newscast, and our studio is relatively small. and we knew we didn't have the physical space to build an entirely separate set, so we were very interested in looking at going virtual. The transition from a hard desk in the studio to a virtual set in the TriCaster has been a little bit of an adjustment, but it's the things you can do. A nice little zoom here. There's no concern about the camera op. I'm going to do it just like I want.
Two things Nike needed
It's
to achieve here.
push of a button and make it perfect every time. When we turned off the old equipment, there was no easing into the TriCaster. We went day one with the TriCaster doing our full, array of newscasts. And you essentially have most of the tools that you're going to be needing to get you where you need to go day one without
immediately share them with their friends.
At the centre of our setup is a TriCaster 8000 and a 3-play 4800. Around the pitch, we've got 5 GoPros, 2 Sony cameras, and all those are being routed through a video hub into the TriCaster and to the 3-play system. We can publish to social media, Twitter or Facebook directly from either of the machines, or for Instagram, we're pushing out to a media composer on site. We're editing 14-second highlight videos, which are being delivered by email to the players while they're still in the building.
There are various highlights and replays done from every single game that's played here. Typically there must be between 50 and 70 games here a day, so you can imagine that's a huge amount of footage. What TriCast has allowed us to do is to do something that normally would have to be done in post, so it would have to be done post the event, by which time the moment is lost. And what TriCaster does is it allows us to get it out there straight away while that content is still relevant.
Probably my favourite thing of the whole event is the participants' reactions. The fact that they are stood on a pitch, playing football and being able to
really
look
dealt
up
with the
and watch
limitation
the replay
of
their
exposure.
goal. Makes them feel like
We had limited exposure in the fact that we just didn't have that much content out there. We had one game on each week, and that
so
would feature 2 of our member
institutions.
institutions. For that same amount of money now, with TriCasters on all 10 of our campuses, we're able to produce over 400 live events each year. Our objectives were to lower costs and increase exposure, both of which we were able to do just due to the fact of the price and its capabilities. Other equipment had some of the capabilities that TriCaster did, but not quite all of them. So it's been really an instrumental piece to the Horizon League network success. I really don't think the network would be able to exist in the way it does now without the TriCaster.
The TriCaster, we found an economical system that we can always be updated, add a little movement to our shows, and still be new and fresh in the market. Here at KSAT, we are always changing. Every year, we always want new looks, new sets. So we can make our own sets, put them into Virtual Set Editor, put the layers we want on it, define the layers and the input.
So at the end of
ourselves,
2012,
so we can
in partnership with BBC Broadcasting Draws, we decided to undertake a refresh of how the draws are presented and focus on our flagship draw, which is Saturday night on BBC One. That meant that we had
the OMAs this year was an award show event that lasted 24 hours. We were challenged. How do we live stream from a moving bus? The TriCast was the obvious solution.
This big old bus here is going to be taking us along on a 24-hour live stream. We're trying to break the world record for the most concerts in that time by one artist. And we're going to be traveling with the Flaming Lips, starting in Memphis and working our way all the way down to New Orleans, where we're going to wrap things up. So I guess we'll take you on inside here and show you what we're doing.
The amount of people, but still getting the same amount of capability that we would have perhaps in a normal TV studio.
So here we are, this is our little tech world area where all the feeds are coming in from the different cameras, and everything's coming right on in here to the TriCaster 855.
We utilized the TriCaster for the obvious reason. We're aboard a bus 24 hours. There is no space on board for tech equipment.
Oh my God.
Wow, there's a lot of people crammed back here.
Totally are. All of our switching, our graphics, all of those things that normally would take multiple operators and also a lot of chairs, and a lot of people sitting places, can all be condensed into a really small footprint and also have a single user making that all happen.
We are live. The Flaming Lips have just played their 7th concert within 24 hours. Amanda from the Guinness Book of World Records, is it official?
Please.
Have the Flaming Lips tied Jay-Z's record?
I'm happy to say that yes, the record is now tied at 7, and with one more concert.
One more to go in New Orleans. You need to get on the road.
Looking back at the OMAs, I mean, it was a huge success.
The Euro Millions draw
and
is a
TriCaster really made the OMAs work just by providing a production platform that did everything we needed to do in a compact unit that normally we would do in a broadcast truck.
Through technology and innovation, like the TriCaster, we've been able to produce terrific content and frankly produce content that we otherwise would never be able to produce.
We can just take it straight from the TriCaster into the laptop and then up. I'm very happy with the TriCaster. It hasn't let us down. You know, a year ago when this was a bit of an unknown quantity to us and when we didn't know quite how we were going to automate everything, the TriCaster has offered solutions that have just made the whole process so much easier, and it keeps offering new solutions as well.
As long as we have the TriCaster, we can either record it or go out live to our fans. It's given us more access, it's made us more mobile, and it's given us the ability to not only get to the right locations, but get to the right people, players, and subject matter. It really has given us a lot of flexibility and really increased our web viewership.
We're needing to provide a top-level production service as it helps us add value, service and support to all of our clients.
For St. John's Television, the new tech TriCaster has allowed us to produce HD television at an incredibly affordable cost and allowed us to broker a deal with ESPN that we would have never been able to do before without the TriCaster.
On an annual basis, we do about 100 productions, ranging from all types of sports, soccer, men's and women's, fencing, volleyball, baseball, softball, men's and women's basketball.
St. John's pouring it on here with another run.
The STJ TV partnership with ESPN3 has taken each one of our broadcasts, whether it's a men's basketball game early in the season, a women's basketball game, a women's soccer or softball game, and it's made it into a legitimate national broadcast. It's unprecedented exposure for sports like that.
To produce the content the way ESPN wanted, we were very confident that the TriCaster could do exactly what we wanted it to do. We had test games, and we used the TriCaster, we used the 3-play, and our production was fantastic. When they came in, they said it was probably the best production they've seen from a school, and we did it with the TriCaster, with the 3-play, and ESPN was very happy with what we were able to put out.
NewTek and TriCaster has been with us on every step of this journey, where we've now seen the evolution from what was very simple productions to very complex, HD, worthy of network broadcast productions.
This is genuine sports television broadcasts that are produced with such high quality that I would put it up against any regional television broadcast that's out there.